So, can you see me? All right. And welcome back to another installment of the 94 podcast. I am your host, Brook Edo, otherwise known as B Rook. Welcome to another. Wow, it is intense because we are tracking something ongoing live, and I'm joined here by my co-host Jim. Welcome to the podcast, Jim Bushy.
Well, hello. Nice to see everyone again, except for you, Brooke. You're a black screen right now, but we'll get that fixed for next time.
There we go.
There he is. Hey.
Yes.
Oh.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Like, who's the guy behind the screen? Right.
Yeah, like feel.
I'm here now. I'm here. That's funny.
Well, Brooke, I don't know if you can see this. I did share my screen so people can see this twice, but we are currently covering the 2024 NBA draft. And currently, from the website, the Bucks are on the clock.
Hey, okay, who? Bucks. Okay, Bucks are the clock.
Yes.
Is Giannis gonna stay in Milwaukee?
He would. He sounds like a guy who would stick it out.
I'm sure Drew Holiday. Yeah, I think Drew Holiday would have been looking good in a Milwaukee jersey about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely want to talk about the finals. I mean, since the last time that we got connected,
Well, yeah.
Jim, the finals went final.
Finals.
Boston. Yep.
Boston, they took 5 games, which is really not a surprise. I really thought they were going to sweep the way they've been playing this whole season.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Like, Boston was the best team in the NBA this season, regular season and in the playoffs. They were able to they were the first team to 16 wins in the NBA playoffs. All they needed was 5 games to get 18. And hey, anything is possible. Was able to get, just that one more taste of the mountaintop for Boston. Last time they did it was 2008, 16 years ago. That Boston was able to capture their 17th championship banner.
17th or 18th?
And now,
okay.
16 years ago. Now they get to put up number 18 after a 16-year, I guess you could say drought, because Boston Celtics fans feel like every season they should be raising another banner. So, hey, they get to go raise 18. They lost Bill Russell, I think, last time that they were in the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors. So, yeah, salute to all the Boston Celtics fans. I'm sure they're cheering. And again, we're underway, very much underway in the Boston, the Celtics summer, I should say, in Boston.
So, fun fact, it's been 5.5 years since a Boston team has won the championship.
Fun fact. There
Fun
you go.
fact, yeah.
Mookie Betts was a Boston Red Sox.
At
that point.
Don't break my heart again, man. It still hurts, man. Come on.
It's tough. Yeah. No, absolutely. Mookie is a hell of a player, and that brings us to another Hall of Fame talent in Willie Mays, a legend gone too soon.
Listen.
Right.
Say hey, kid. Hey, Willie Mays. He basically is one of those stars who, no matter how long this sport will go, he will always be remembered for what he did. He made that over-the-shoulder catch, I believe, if my memory's correctly. I mean, it looks...
Yeah, so iconic.
It's like you watch a game today, it's like, it looks so normal, like a catch you see every game, but he just makes it look effortlessly. Hopefully his family, our condolences to his and family, even though we don't know him or his family. Condolences.
Condolences to the Mays family. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just a giant baseball icon. I guess that's the best way. And he played for the Giants, to just top that all off for you. Let that settle in. Hey, and boom.
Pick us in.
Barry Bonds, that was a stepson.
Yes.
No, godson. Excuse me.
Godson.
Excuse me, godson. Not stepson. That was his godson. And yeah, you see a picture, I think, of young Barry Bonds and Willie Mays in the dugout.
Yeah.
If that doesn't tell you, that's like a picture of baseball.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a picture of baseball. Yeah.
The Bucks just made their draft. A.J. Johnson from Illawarra. That just came in.
A.J. Johnson from what?
Illawarra?
Illinois?
No, ILLAW.
Mid-major?
I have no clue. So you're
getting... can you do the spelling? Do the spelling.
ILLAWARRA.
And the pronunciation?
I have no clue.
Okay. So we'll get the right pronunciation. I'm sure later on, but that's funny. That's funny. That's a cool, like, nice nugget. And who was the player that was drafted from Illinois?
A.J. Johnson.
A.J. Johnson, welcome to the NBA. He's going to be joining the rest of the rookies at the NBA Summer League. That's going to be coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be...
That's going to be in the middle of the desert, I believe, starting... It's going to be in Las Vegas. It's like a 10-day event starting July 12th through the 22nd.
No doubt. It's going to be fun to watch. I mean, let's see how the rookies do, how they evolve, how their game change, because just because you go first round, there's no guarantee.
No guarantee. Exactly. Yeah. There's Star was drafted early on. The Hawks had the number one pick. They took a French player.
Yep.
And then
Frenchman
Washington
twice.
followed it up with another French player.
Yeah.
Two French players back to back. 1-2.
Yep. And then you
Yeah,
have
go ahead with like the countdown in regards to the picks.
So we have the Hawks taking the French Zachary Richard. I know I butchered his name, and I'm sorry.
That's fine.
The Wizards draft second. They take Alex Sarr again.
Okay, Alex Star.
Sarr.
Okay, Alex Star.
Sarr.
Oh, Sarr. Alex Sarr. Okay.
Sarr, yeah. Then in Kentucky comes to go. Reed Shepherd from Kentucky goes to the Rockets.
Okay, Reed Shepherd. I like that for Houston. Yep.
And
they just missed the playoffs.
Yeah. Number 4, it goes to the Spurs, is Stephen Castle from Connecticut.
UConn. Let's go, Stephen Castle.
They have two top 10s, so I want you to go through the top 10s.
Yep. The 2 top 10s, yeah.
Number 5 is Ron Hollard II from G League Ignite. I don't know what league that is.
Okay. G League?
Okay. Number 6, the Hornets chap, Tyjon Salone. I don't know. I butchered that name.
Tyjon Salone. That sounds good. Okay.
Colette basketball.
Okay.
Trailblazers take Donovan Clinigan from Connecticut.
UConn.
Yep. 8, the Spurs draft. Is that another? Go back to Connecticut. Go to Kentucky to take Rob Dillingham. They then traded him to the T-Wolves.
Welcome to Minnesota. Hey, the Spurs get the 2030 and 2031 unprotected picks.
I can't.
That was packaged in. Hey, Tim Connolly, he's busy already.
Hey.
He's busy already. He saw what OKC did, trading Josh Giddey away to Chicago because Josh Giddey was not going to accept a bench role playing with the Oklahoma City Thunder, but the Thunder just got so much talent that he was just getting surpassed, and he was not going to, he's not going to keep that playing time because the Thunder are trying to win a championship.
Yeah.
In Chicago, they trade away Alex Caruso. I can't get this image out of my head. The memes are, they're kind of crazy in regards to Alex Caruso and was it Elmer Fudd, like in Looney Tunes? Oh
my God!
Side by side, you would never be able to unsee it. Yes.
Oh my God!
Space Jam. No longer Space Jam in Chicago. Space Jam is going to OKC, and that's where he started his career.
Yeah.
When he was in the developmental league with the same head coach. So it's a full circle moment for a career here. For Alex Caruso, NBA champion with the LA Lakers.
Okay, so have you seen Space Jam 2?
2020. Which one?
Space Jam 2. Have you seen both of them at all?
Space Jam 2? I haven't entertained it. No, I have not entertained it.
It is not. I have, and it's not as good as the original.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. I couldn't expect LeBron to be at that level of it's almost like there's a depreciation after the first movie with the Looney Tunes. It's just not going to top what Michael and Bugs Bunny were able to pull off. Warner Brothers, I mean, they basically were able to capture the imagination of the families, like worldwide. In regards to how would it be to have Michael Jordan live in a Looney Tune world?
Yeah,
done. It's like if you try to do a Forrest Gump sequel,
it's not gonna
work.
No,
it's not gonna work.
I watched the first one, then I watched the second one. I will say this: the premise is cool. LeBron, do you want me to go into some details about the movie, or do you want to watch it yourself?
Sure, go ahead.
So basically, the plot is Warner Brother wants LeBron to do a movie, but they have this AI, this new advanced AI, and he convinces one of his, not Bronny, another one of his sons, who is like a big video game.
Bronny is actually in the NBA draft. Good callback.
Yeah. But he's not in the movie. It's his other son who like is like
his other son Bryce, right?
Yes. I don't remember the name. And, like he creates a video game, a basketball game with power-ups, and that gets brought into the movie, and LeBron gets sucked in, and I won't go any further because if anyone wants to watch it, or if you want to watch it, I'm not going to spoil it.
Spoiler alert. You like, hey, Jim, that's very savvy of you, like to stop, because like anybody right now, we're live on YouTube. Like anybody could be like, "Whoa, stop!" Yes. Like they could be like, "We're about to watch it tonight."
Yeah,
right. Because more like Space Jam 2. Eventually, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'm not like, oh, I'm a LeBron hater or anything like that. But like, yeah, it's definitely something to check out because it's part of cinema history.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Speaking about the my goodness, the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum and Matthew Tkachuk. You heard of Matthew Tkachuk, right?
Yes, Matthew Tkachuk. Yes.
Both coming from Panthers. Both coming from St. Louis. Both winning championships. They both were their best friends. This is all on social media, so if you want to check, they both are on social media, are best friends from St. Louis, and they both win their respective championship. How awesome is that?
It's amazing. Like that is like so awesome that it's so hard to like not believe that it's not scripted. It's like, okay, so they both win the same year at the same season. It's not like one before the other. They won the same season, and that's pretty cool. Like you get to share that with a childhood friend. And I'm sure that they're going to be celebrating once they get back home to St. Louis together to have both the Stanley Cup and the NBA final trophy, all in one setting. That's pretty cool.
That's going to be so nice. So I know what people do with the Stanley Cup. What's the craziest thing people have done with the championship for the NBA? Because I don't know the name of that one off the top of my head.
Okay, the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Yes. So what's the craziest thing that people have done?
I'm trying to think of like. The Lakers, I don't know if they might have a story of like the Lakers, they potentially, I don't know if like back in the Showtime days, I don't know if they basically just had like a huge rager in the forum and just like tore the forum down like while the Larry O'Brien trophy was basically just getting handed to everybody in the arena at that time. I don't know. That's one thing that I could think of, just like one of those like epic stories, like Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just the whole LA kind of like the Hollywood supreme way of like celebrating a championship. But other than that, I would say maybe Miami. I don't know if Miami got rowdy with LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh, the Heatles. I think they're laid back. I think Dallas had a lot of fun. I think Mark Cuban definitely wanted to live it up.
Oh, probably, most likely.
Yeah, winning the first NBA title for sure.
Yeah. No, so the reason why I bring this up is because I've had the luxury of seeing Lord Stanley.
You've seen Lord Stanley.
Stanley.
Okay.
Sorry for another time, but like it came in my hometown. I saw it. So the rule is you do not touch the Stanley Cup unless you win it. You do not touch the cup. You do not even touch the trophies you get for winning your division or your conference. That's just bad. People do, but it's considered
bad juju.
Yes,
all across. Okay.
So this year, I said it was one in South Florida. The day after they won a cup, Matthew Tkachuk took it and ran right into the ocean with it over his head, and celebrated.
I saw this video.
And then went to a bar and took beer and poured it on people outside on the street.
Yes. That's just having fun. That's just having fun. Yeah. That's cool.
Oh my God! When Colorado won
Hey,
the cup, when
the
Colorado won the
Colorado.
cup, the Avalanche,
Yep.
the town of Denver, the city of Denver, ran out of
City of Denver.
alcohol.
Oh my
The
God.
whole city ran out of alcohol. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Those are some epic stories about the Stanley Cup.
Oh, it's been all over. I mean, I could go
It's been
all
all
over.
over, but like, yeah, they didn't know what to do with themselves. They basically they tapped out. They tapped out the taps all over
Yeah.
Denver. Like there was no more booze,
No.
no more alcohol. Oh
Oh,
my God.
yeah. But no, like the best
Good
part.
thing they were a mile high.
Yeah, good thing Mile High. You know, you think Coors is
Yeah,
right in Colorado. You think they would be like pumping it right away.
right.
Just-
I mean, they got the Coors Brewery right there. You would think that they would have some reserves,
Oh yeah, you think.
right?
But I mean, it. I don't know about you, Brooke, but I feel like I can't watch baseball right now. It's just too slow.
Baseball is it too early? It's too
It,
early in the season.
we're like almost halfway through the season. It's just like coming from watching basketball, coming from watching ice hockey. It's just like, oh, this is just
The
dragging.
mundane repetition of a series, a regular season series. Right,
Yeah,
right, right. Double headers, just like everything just kind of get thrown. And plus, has there been like the closest that there's been to a perfect game was Pablo Lopez on Sunday, where he went
yeah.
for 14 strikeouts. I mean, that's probably like the best thing that you saw all weekend for baseball.
So, fun fact: I actually saw a no hitter live at Fenway.
Okay, that's a fun fact. That's pretty cool. You got to
And
see
then
history.
another fun.
Who was the no hitter?
So another fun fact: I was doing the scorekeeping for the game too, and I still have it.
Oh wow,
Yes,
that's like a movie.
I,
That's pretty cool, man.
I'm still working. I'm still working trying to get it. Once I get it, I will show you on podcast because it is crazy. But
Absolutely. I want to hear your like story, like Jim. That's pretty cool. From the beginning of that game to the close. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
so I go to the game. Tim Wakefield was supposed to be pitching, but he got scratched. So this young kid
Okay.
named Clay Buckholz was pitching.
Jeez.
They're playing Baltimore, and we were sitting third base side, right behind the Orioles dugout, one row down from the walkway. So I'm doing the game, scoring. I'm not paying attention. I'm like 10, 12 years old. I'm not paying attention. I'm like, woo, we scored a runs. It's like 5-0. Doing the game.
Right.
I see my mom do this. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes,
Yeah.
nothing. Just looking, make sure everything's correct. And
Yep.
we're doing the game. Eighth inning comes around, every strikeout, everyone's cheering, they're going nuts. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, woo, they got a strikeout. It's a strikeout. Why is he still? He's still in the game. Why is he still in the game? Coming ninth inning comes around. My mom goes, look at the scoreboard. Look at the monster because they still have the manual scoreboard.
The Emmanuel scoreboard. Yep.
See that?
The Green Monster. Yep.
Look at Baltimore. Okay, there. What? There's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Look at the hits. That's when it clicked. I'm like, oh. My mom had her camera like doing this, taking pictures of everything. It was awesome.
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. That's an authentic baseball moment that you got to share.
Oh yeah.
That's at Fenway Park. Like you got to witness history with your mom, the family, bro.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it was so nice.
That's pretty nice, man. That's cool.
What's your favorite sports story?
I'd say favorite sports story, like live where I was actually at the event,
Both.
or like just like sports story in general.
Both, because I have another story that my dad was at.
Okay, yeah. We can keep going with these stories. Sports stories, I would say the Minneapolis Miracle
Oh,
for sure. I think that was like such a cool story, and like reliving it, like just telling the story is pretty cool. The story, it's Minnesota versus New Orleans Saints. It's a blizzard outside in Minnesota, surprise in January. the NFC divisional game.
Yep.
Vikings are at home. But it's storming outside, but inside it's calm. It's the US Bank Stadium. You're in a dome. And the Saints take the lead. And they're feeling good about themselves. They're looking like they're going to survive the Minnesota Vikings, and they're going to advance to the next round, making it to the NFC Championship game, more likely playing Philadelphia. Then we get the ball. I think there's a couple plays, and then I think it comes down to third down. I believe it's like third down, but it's like they're gonna go on every down at this time. It's like the game is on the line.
Yeah.
And I look at my uncle. So we're downstairs, at home. I'm at home, and my uncle's over, watching the game. We're just kind of just like having a watch party, having a nice little family function. I think it was like an engagement like party. But long story short, we see the Diggs catch on the sideline. We both look at each other like, "Oh my God, is this going to happen?" And then we see the two Saints players collide, and we're like, "He's going to break it. He's going to break it." Like, no one's catching Diggs in open field, and you see Diggs raise that football, and this is going to happen. Like, we're crossing the finish line as the winners of this game. And then when you see him in the end zone, with his hands up, clock is expired, crowd is just going nuts. His teammates swarm him. But just a cool moment of just like chills. Like, you were like, "Oh my God, that was divine intervention." Like, God, like, that was a Minneapolis miracle. That was a miracle we just witnessed.
It was.
That's what it was.
Oh my!
And I remember jumping up and down with my uncle. It was just super cool. Loved it.
I remember watching that game. I was home, and I'm just like, there's like 5. He catches the ball, like 5 seconds. Out of bounds, out of bounds, out of bounds. We'll kick a field goal. We'll get the win there. They're like, "Why is he running? Why is he running? Why is he running?" Then I realized there was no one catching him. Like, oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that just happened. So my dad used to have season tickets to the Patriots. He doesn't anymore because they got too expensive. But he was at Tuck Rule game.
Tuck Rule game. Oh, okay.
He was there live.
That's a classic.
Yeah. Like, you talk to any new kids, you tell them about the Tuck Rule game, they're like, "What's that?" I'm like, it kicked off a dynasty, is what it did.
Stacks.
Oh, yeah.
Adam Vinatieri.
Oh, yeah.
Household name.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Listen,
That's a cool story. That's a cool story. So your dad was at that game?
Yes, he was.
He lived it. That's
yes. Cool. And
so you got to see the Snow Angels after the field goal went through the uprights, and you knew that you were moving on to play Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
In the AFC Championship.
It's so nice. It was like, hearing the story was so nice. Like, I don't believe I was alive at the time. I can't remember. Hold on, let me Google it quickly. Huh. But it was just like my dad. I was alive then.
Okay.
I was like 6 years old, so I couldn't go.
You were 6 years old. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I was 6. There was no way I would have braced that heat. Like, he had me cold.
Like, you have to go in the past to relive this thing.
Yes.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
I think the other story, I'd say Final Four this past championship for UConn. I think that was a cool story to live. To see UConn repeat live, like, that's like probably the coolest. Like, that was definitely a bucket list. A, B, that was a championship that I got to witness. So like, that was probably like one of the biggest games I got to witness, and it was super cool just being there in Phoenix. I'd say that would be my like coolest moment of just like witnessing it live.
Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna do next time we meet. I'm giving you some homework. We're not done yet, but I'm giving you homework.
Sure.
Top 3 sports bucket lists you want to see live.
Okay. I will take that as a takeaway. The top 3 bucket lists I want to see sports like live, sporting events live. Okay,
Yes.
I'll put some thought into that. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
But let's reel it back into the sports talk. I mean,
Reel it
stories.
back.
We could always we have more stories in the past. We could always talk about. But Celtics. That's great for them. I'm glad they did. The Florida Panthers almost blowing a 3-0 series lead to the Edmonton Oilers and Connor McDavid, which is another story there, but we'll get to that in a second. I texted my friend who is a Panthers fan.
Yes.
I text him, how does it feel to win your franchise's first ever Stanley Cup, almost blowing a 3-0 lead? His response to me was, how's golfing?
That's the most Florida answer. Like, I was golfing. I couldn't care less.
So, because his team beat my team in the conference finals.
Okay. Okay, got you. So he's kind of just like letting you know, like, I have so much indifference whether we win or lose, but we won. So what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's next level trash talk. Next level trash talk.
But you know you're not one of the best friends. You don't trash talk each other. Come on, you know that's true.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean you got to. You got to have that banter of like a trash talk, like that's what it really is. It's just having that, like, it's basically you got to have that. You got to have that rivalry in regards to, like, just that's your team, this is my team.
Yeah,
right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, like, what do you also think about the current state of rivalries? Like, we got college football coming up. Alabama, Auburn for a while, the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
That's usually seen as one of the top rivals, just nationwide, because that's 365 days of bragging rights.
Yes.
I know you're a Red Sox fan. I'm a Cubs fan. So we talk about our ops, you Yankees, me Cardinals. So
yeah.
We understand how that works.
Yankees.
Yeah, right. Right. There you go. You got to upchuck. Right.
So I will say this: lately, I don't think the rivalries have been as they were in the old days, like 2000s. Or I don't know if you see it, but I don't see the Yankees Red Sox rivalry being that big of a thing anymore. I don't see the Cubs rivalry.
You don't got Derek Jeter. You don't got Nomar Garcia-Parra. You don't got Manny Ramirez. You don't have David Ortiz. You don't have the stars.
Yeah, we don't have Aroyd. We don't have him. They don't have that.
He owns the Timberwolves, but yeah, Aroyd. Yep.
But even like if you look around, like what happened to like the hatred of these teams? Like I understand, like off the field you could be buddy, but you're playing a game. I want this hatred. Like you see it more in college.
College, absolutely.
Like
in the pros.
Yeah, like the Bengals, Steelers. Like that's a rivalry. You don't really see anything anymore. Like that huge of it. Like there used to be a brawl in the warm-ups years ago.
Oh wow, yeah, no, absolutely. There's always brawls in the warm-ups, the team walkthroughs. Yep.
And like it's like what happened?
It means something to them.
Yeah, what happened to hating that team? Like you want to go there and you want to beat them? Oh yeah, it's just another game. Yeah,
you knock them off, right? Yep. Like, hey, I gotta give credit to a lot of the underdogs in college football. Like, for them to step onto that field on Saturday, knowing that, hey, no one is giving us a shot, but it doesn't matter. It's us versus everybody, and I love that attitude. Like, hey,
oh yeah,
we're here to ruin your Saturday, and you don't know it yet, but your Saturday is ruined.
Oh my God.
That's some bravado. I love it. And
like, even like sports wise, like I think without Nick Saban, I think with Alabama, that powerhouse it's still a powerhouse school, but it's not going to be as.
It's still a powerhouse school, right?
But it's not going to be. I don't feel it's going to be as big as it was in the past. Like,
No, it's not.
like they're in their rebuilding years now.
Yes, they had their era. Like Florida had their era. I'm a big Florida fan, but like they had their era. Now it was Georgia after Alabama. Alabama first proceeded because they knocked off Tim Tebow, and you'll see that if you watch the documentary The Swamp Kings. And then you see Alabama get knocked off by Georgia, and then Georgia goes back to back, and then Georgia doesn't get back to the college football playoff because Alabama knocks them out.
Yeah.
But Alabama couldn't pay it off the last time around.
Yeah.
So Nick Saban was like, I'm done.
I mean, which is good for him.
Good for him. NIL, he knew that he couldn't compete. Yeah, he couldn't compete with that.
Quick, just a draft update where T Wolves just picked Terrence Shannon Jr. from Illinois.
I knew they were going to get somebody from Illinois. I had a feeling. All right, so
yes,
and it's Shannon. Oh, I love his game.
Terrence Shannon Jr. Yes,
let's go. That's a guy that it's a walking bucket. Like, he played at Target Center for the Big Ten conference. I think they were in the conference championship. They didn't win. I was rooting for Illinois in the conference championship. But hey, like Terrence Shannon, walking bucket. Like, I really love that pick. And then that's going to be tied in with Billingham from Kentucky.
Yes.
So that's a good 1-2 so far.
Yeah.
And then that pick was that 27?
Yes.
27. Welcome. Shannon. Terrence Shannon, correct? Terrence Shannon.
Shannon Jr.
Terrence Shannon Jr.
Yes.
Thank you, Jim.
No problem. Yep. All right, so let's shift gears back to the Alabama talk. Back
to Alabama. Yep.
I saw this video from Nick Saban, and it spoke the truth. Before NIL, he would develop kids to be the next big thing. Kids go there to develop. Yes. They want to win. They want to get to the next level. They want to have their skills and go further. Now, these kids don't care. Kids, I'm paraphrasing.
They want dollar bills.
Yep, that's all they care about is paraphrasing. And again, I'm paraphrasing him, so I can find a link to that and I could put it somewhere. But kids don't care anymore about getting better. They just want to get paid. They just don't care if they move on. Well, they want to move on to get more money, but they want to get paid. And they used to do a meeting with all the mothers and the parents, have
in
a
living
meal.
Room. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
the recruitment.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just it's about the money now. And I think NIL ruined college sports.
Okay. I mean, that's a hot take. It's a hot take. I'm sure college athletes would agree against that. And I could see both sides of that argument.
Well, yeah, they don't care because they're going to get paid.
But they're going to get paid.
But now for schools, if you think about this, if I can go to, I'm going to use hockey because I know hockey more than I know football. Quinnipiac. Sure. They don't have, yep. I can either go there.
University.
Or I can go to University of Minnesota. Yeah, Quinnipiac has been nice and all, but if
they're nice, they have a winning culture. Yep.
If I'm going to get $1 million, if I'm going to get $1 million to play in the state of hockey, and the Quinnipiac's going to be $150,000, I'm going to go to get the $1 million.
Yeah, you go to Minnesota. Yep, you betcha.
So it's
real.
So I see the argument of it's great for the kids, they get paid, but where do you draw a line of this impacts more than just the game. It impacts tuition. It impacts people who are going to go to the people who are now going to go to the games, who are going to watch the games online, TV, streaming, everything else. Yeah, so that's what I think about NIL. I think it's stupid, but good for the kids.
Oh yeah, good for the kid. I mean, yeah, they fought for it in the Supreme Court. You know, hey, NCAA, they weren't able to keep the money all to themselves. I mean, it's they make enough money. I mean,
yeah,
we're not here saying that the NCAA should make more money. We're not saying that.
Oh yeah,
but I get what you're saying, like the purity of the sport in regards to like wanting to excel both as a athlete on the field and then off the field as well as like raising men because like they come in as boys,
Yeah.
just like fresh out of high school, first year on their own for most of these kids, and these parents are trusting these coaches to raise their young men
Yeah.
like into proper citizens, like not like where they are going to be only like valuing money. I mean, like we understand that there is a monetary gain to be talented in playing college football. One of the largest revenue makers for a university, like
Yeah.
that is without a doubt. Uh, I, let's
For
just be honest. Like, I don't think anybody here has heard about the Ohio State, let's say the Ohio State soccer club. I
yeah.
don't think so. Like, it's football. It's a
You
football school.
you know
Yeah.
how much the NCAA makes on football and basketball alone? Do you know how much?
No, I don't. I don't.
They make so much that those two sports alone pays for D3 athletics. That's how, D3 club
There you go.
athletics. That's how much
Club athletics.
those
Right.
two sports. Because
They have a surplus.
I had the privilege of playing D3 club in college, ice hockey,
Ice
lacrosse,
hockey, nice.
and baseball. I had the privilege of playing that, and it was all basically subsidized by those two sports alone. But
Okay.
yeah,
No, look, that's pretty cool, man.
yeah,
Like you got that opportunity wouldn't have been afforded to you
it would have been
if
much
it
more
wasn't for those
expensive.
two sports actually excelling
Yeah,
in that's college sports.
and it's not just my sports. It's not like baseball, ice hockey, lacrosse. It's every sport.
Right,
That
all the
yeah,
sports. NCAA is a brand for all the sports, not just
yes,
football and basketball. They do gymnastics, they do swimming, they do track and field. They do fencing, they do boxing, they do all the sports that you can
yeah,
imagine. Anything you can compete in for a school, NCAA is all about it.
yeah. It would have been much more expensive to play for like all these extra fees for these
Right.
leagues. NCAA helps out. The I think the mindset now is like,
Speaking of fees, have you heard about the LeBron fee?
oh God, what? No, I have not. What's the LeBron fee?
The LeBron fee. Rich Paul is being sued by another sports agent, or I don't know if it's like an entity, but like I saw this article and I was reading this article about Rich Paul getting sued, um, in regards to like the way that they were negotiating these contracts. So that's kind of interesting now that
It,
like the NBA draft is ongoing, and I think it is topical to talk about the Lakers pick. Uh, they are one of the top franchises. I'm a Laker fan. I'll definitely openly say that. They get Dalton Connect from the Tennessee Volunteers. Congratulations to the Tennessee Volunteers. If we're speaking NCAA, congratulations to their
baseball.
baseball team.
Congratulations to them. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Um,
my question to
yeah,
the
go ahead.
lawsuit: is it
Sure,
LeBron
the
James
lawsuit.
bringing this, or is it his agency bringing this?
No, his agent Rich Paul is being sued.
Okay.
So what? Yeah, so it is called the LeBron fee. So like
Okay.
I'm just going back to the article here in regards to um, just understanding what they're talking about when they're mentioning the LeBron fee because I thought it was really interesting. So this is the headline: NBA agent sues Clutch Sports. Clutch Sports is the agency that Rich Paul runs, and then also his main client is LeBron James. So a former colleague of Rich Paul says the famed agent in Clutch Sports owes money on fees. So I think this is what they're referring to as the LeBron fee.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're saying that, that they were supposed to agree to pay Termini. So I believe Termini is the agency that is suing Clutch Sports, which is Rich Paul. So they agreed to pay Termini 25% of Clutch and Paul's gross fee on NBA contracts and marketing deals. As depicted in the complaint, the contract contemplated fees being earned even if a contract between Clutch and an NBA player ended. Termini would also be an exclusive provider of contract negotiation services to Clutch. So in a way, they would be feeding them deals. And Termini estimates he negotiated in excess of 1.4 billion in contracts for Clutch through the free agency period preceding the 2019-2020 season. His services were used for deals with Draymond Green, Ben Simmons, Eric Bledsoe, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Anything's Possible Smith, and most notably LeBron James.
LeBron James.
So Termini, LeBron James. So Termini says that it was his idea to implement a 1+1 contract strategy for James, in which James earned more than 19 million over the course of 3 short Cavaliers contracts. So LeBron and Rich Paul have mastered the game, similar to Kirk Cousins in regards to negotiating their contracts just to make the most money, to optimize their earning ability. Yeah, which is good, being financial savvy. Instead of one longer deal when he returned to the Cavs in 2014, Termini adds not only did he negotiate contract terms, but he decided the structure and amount of all contract proposals, when to reject an offer and when to impose a holdout. Termini allegedly guided Paul on when to advise clients about signing, at which time Termini would set up a verbal handshake call between the team, the player, Termini, and Paul. So they were their own mediators between the team, LeBron, Termini, and Rich Paul. And then this goes into a little bit more detail here, just so we can follow the story. While Termini says he was he says substantively the only negotiator of these contracts. So in plain words, he was the only one that was going to be the negotiator of these contracts. Clutch and Paul, represented all in one, individually and collectively took public credit in the media for the contracts negotiated by Termini. So that's where the problem is.
Yes.
While Paul becomes, like a celebrity, he's dating Adele. So he becomes famous and influential. They see his success. Termini's role appeared secondary and often without accompanying fanfare. So no one was really mentioning Termini in his role. And then Termini contends that after Paul had established himself as an industry leader with Clutch, Paul began to pay Termini less than what they were owed. And then that's where Termini contends he refused to accept the reduced rates. And Termini also charges that Clutch and Paul hired third-party agents to perform the work for which he allegedly had an exclusive right to perform. So I'll just pause there before we get too lost in the sauce there.
Yes.
I think we're almost halfway there. But
are we living on a prayer?
To everything that's happening, these are the LeBron fees that are owed.
It just sounds like credit's not being given to where credit is due. It sounds like people are getting underpaid. It sounds like greed. Like people.
Absolutely, this is greed 101.
So unless there's more details, and I got what's set in a written contract, what can we physically hold or physically get hold of and read? What does that state? Because a verbal handshake is a verbal handshake. Like if this wasn't recorded
under
right
the
now,
agreement.
Yep. If this wasn't recorded right now, going on YouTube, going on Spotify, we could have this conversation, and then I could turn this around and say, "Oh, I didn't say that," and I blah blah blah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's all this legal mumbo jumbo that honestly, it's turning my brain to mush.
Manipulative. It's very manipulative.
Yes.
We gotta underline that. That like that was kind of like shady on Clutch, Rich Paul. Who knows? And LeBron, like I know like LeBron's included because he is the center of all of this.
Yes.
Because these players went to Clutch knowing that hey, LeBron has pull with the agent. He's gonna get us paid more, and this is how he's gonna do it.
Yeah. And I mean, good for the players. They do what they have to do to get paid more money. Owners,
they're savvy and joining that team. They're winning. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it just like greed and everything's just going to it's taken over and it has ruined everything.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. The greed is crazy in regards to like you're taking more than that what was agreed upon. Like if we had this conversation and then I go back on my word, how's that gonna sound or how's that gonna feel? That's gonna feel kind of weird. It's gonna make you feel some type of way.
Yes.
Shout out to Rich Homie Quan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like absolutely though. Like LeBron James, Rich Paul. I don't know if JJ Redick is a part of Clutch Sports. That'll be interesting to kind of see his agency because with this news coming out right before the NBA draft, that's probably kind of like a sign of just like, hey, Lakers, watch out.
Oh yeah.
Like we're getting screwed. You guys might be getting screwed too. So it's like almost like a whistleblower, where he's like, hey, don't negotiate with Clutch until they fix their books.
Yeah. But who knows? I mean,
we can always come back to this conversation because I always find it fascinating the way that agents, sports, and sports athletes how they work together. It's basically
it does.
It's politics. It is literally politics.
And who's going to need a new agent? There's all 30 of the new players who just got drafted in the round 1 of the draft.
Absolutely, they're definitely looking for agents.
But that's an ongoing.
John Wall's looking for an agent. He's looking for a team too. But yeah, but like you said, all these draft picks are looking for agents.
Yeah, and honestly, if this goes one way or another, it can ruin a company. It can ruin a brand. It can ruin everything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They get caught up in a bad partnership deal with one of these athletes, these star athletes, these giant athletes. They're gonna put your product on the map. Like there's no question why LeBron is getting paid big bucks. Why he's a billionaire already.
Yeah.
He also promotes his own brand, his own I think he's got Blaze Pizza. I believe that's one of his brands that he's been able to acquire over the years. He has his Promise School. So like LeBron, number one in regards to like being a businessman, he's definitely like to be rivaled as one of the top businessmen in the NBA.
Yes.
NBA history. This man knows exactly what he's doing in regards to both on and off the court. LeBron's a very bright individual.
Yes.
I'll give him his flowers on that. And then also realizing that he could be potentially living out a dream, playing with his oldest son.
Yes.
Bronny.
That would be nice. I think the last...
Do you think the Lakers will draft him? Do you think the Wolves will draft him?
I don't know. I have to watch more.
Do you think the Celtics would draft him? How crazy would that be?
That'd be insane. I think LeBron's going to try to get his son drafted for like a 5th round or something, like this throwaway pick that like no one's going to expect is going to come anything.
Right. Just trade away the next 4 picks, first or second round picks, the next 3 sets. We'll go out without picks.
Yeah,
we need my son.
Yeah, like that's the like I said in past videos on last podcast and last episodes. LeBron as a player, he's one of the best. He's no Jordan. Jordan will always be number 1. But when it comes to off the court stuff, dude, unless you are the GM or coach, shut up. I think fans are tired of that, of him trying to have his hand in the pot,
Okay.
trying to like make things go his way. And I think fans are tired of that. Like once he becomes a GM or once he becomes a coach, then it's his team, and I will tell him to not shut up. Until then, play the game. Did they even make the playing games this year?
They did. They won the in-season championship, but they did make it to the playoffs. They got eliminated by the Denver Nuggets in the first round. I think in 5 games, but they did make the playoffs. I think they beat the Pelicans. I believe they beat the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You won an in-season tournament. The tournament. I think a lot of fans.
Right. Golf clap. Right.
I think a lot of fans don't really give a shit about the in-season. Oh, sorry for swearing. Don't give a crap about the in-season tournament because that's not what they want. They want the championship at the end.
Yeah, they want a championship. They want a banner. They're competing with the Celtics. They're Lakers at 17, Boston 18, number 1. Like you got to address it. Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. You got to answer for that.
They have star names. They have star names, but
they
they're
do
older.
have stars. I mean, like they could be in a way worse situation. Like this, if you rewind maybe back to like 20, I say like 2012. If you go back, like a decade plus, those were some bad Laker teams.
Yeah,
there were some god awful Laker teams during that period of time. Yeah. And until like LeBron joined, I believe it was 2018. He's been there for 6 years now. Like they were a non-factor for making the playoffs after Kobe retired in 2016. Like the team was not in the playoffs when he retired.
Yeah,
they were out of the playoffs. I mean, he scored 60. Shout out to Kobe, but like at that point, the Lakers were a sinking ship.
Yeah, and like I said, LeBron, a great player on the court. Stop meddling with the team until you are a coach or GM. Because I think that's another problem that he has is he wants to control every little aspect of the team, where it's like, I'm going to play this, I want this player, I want him here. Like, if he wants to go out and talk to a player and like try to convince them to come, great, cool. Don't throw away the future because you're here. Leave the next group who's going to come in, leave them even in a better place where you left it.
I believe a lot of Lakers fans are jaded about having LeBron because they knew that it was going to be the LeBron show until it was no more LeBron.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not watching the Los Angeles Lakers. We're watching the Los Angeles LeBron. If Ty Lue was the coach, you would literally have a repeat of, and then if they got Kyrie, like LeBron would be the NBA version of basically the player, the coach, the GM, and the owner. Like,
yes,
he's basically everything.
Yes,
and then the team is run by him. The team is kind of scouted by him in regards to who they're trading. I mean, this is not like any big secret, but like star players have input on who gets traded, who doesn't get traded.
Yeah,
right. Let's just call it what it is.
He's just more. It's more out there with him.
It's just more out there. Exactly. It's just more like it's a known fact almost at this point. Like JJ Redick. Let's talk about that hire. Like a lot of people there was groans in regards to like JJ Redick saying in the presser that she only talked to LeBron for like a half hour about this. Like, and then that was just a conversation that they had. And then they talked maybe like for 10 to 20 minutes. And it was like basically a half hour, after he had gotten the news. So is that believable? not likely because they're best friends. They're getting a podcast going together. I mean, like, hey, Jim, we talk
Yes.
we talk in text, but yeah, we talk about other things outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to believe that at some point, if I was like, hey, I'm getting hired as the Timberwolves head coach,
Yeah.
like, and then you're on the team, like, yeah, like we're at some point where that's just gonna come up. Like, if we're just chopping it up, that's gonna come up at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, great for him. He has a job. Great for him. He's going to LA. Good for him. Good for LeBron. He gets to be with his friend. Good. I just hope that JJ has a good head on his shoulder, knows when to shut out LeBron, his input, and can see what the writing on the wall is and can make his decisions not with that friendship in mind.
Right. Be unbiased in your judgment making.
Yeah, because
your judgment making skills have to be unbiased. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the locker room like very quickly. Because like, if everything's gonna be basically like what LeBron is, the rest of the team is gonna like stop listening to JJ.
Yeah.
Like, if LeBron's basically like the one that's calling the shots, why even have a coach?
Yes. And it's just like, okay, he's just the public figure of.
The puppet.
Yeah, he's the puppet.
He's the public figure. Like, you're right, though. He's the public figure of the standing in as the head coach. Like, he fills that job.
Yes.
That's what it is at that point.
Yeah, oh yeah. But let's just wait and see. I mean, I would love LeBron to stop trying to make it all about him, but I think he could be a decent GM when he's done, maybe even coach. I mean, I could definitely see that happening for him, but it's just a wait and see at this point.
It's a wait and see.
Yeah.
And I think for UConn fans, it's also a wait and see on Dan Hurley. On like, once JJ, at some point, he's the 29th head coach in franchise history for the Lakers. Will there be a 30th? Will it be Dan Hurley at that point? Because like, we understand that LeBron at some point is no longer going to play basketball.
Yep.
And at that point, I believe the owner has to come back and say like, hey, we can't go cheap on a coach. Yeah. Especially if we want to we want to win, we want to compete. Because Boston went out and they were like, we're dead set on getting to 18 before the Lakers.
Yes.
And they did it. So like the Lakers, it's basically the ball's in their court.
Oh yeah.
For like the next couple seasons here.
Oh yeah. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be
fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's dial back in. You want to talk some football? What's on the docket?
Listen, there's a few things on the docket. We could go through the next NFC North schedule. We could go right here in Green Bay, or we could go out to Detroit. We can go to the AFC. We could go to pricings for ticket prices and all that. Ticket pricing. Prices to watch everything. Is it worth going to a game with the ticket prices that currently are out there? Is a good talking point we can have.
Ooh, okay. Some good points. Yeah, let's do let's rationalize. Is it worth it going to a ticket? Is it worth it? Like actually like buying that ticket and going to a game. Is it worth it?
Oh, ticket prices. I am going to bring that up.
I mean, yeah, we could definitely at any point, if we want to pivot and we could just talk schedule, I could definitely do that too. But like, yeah,
this is a good.
I'm giving you the opportunity to pick the next topic here.
Oh well, so since we talked about it, let's go to ticket prices. I think that's
let's do ticket prices.
I think that's a fun thing to do. It's fun to. By the way, can you see the screen I'm sharing, or can you not?
Like, if you could reshare it, I'm looking at still the draft board. Is this show? It says Boston's on the clock. I don't know if that's still accurate.
I'll just get rid of it, and we could go.
Okay,
off.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then so ticket prices. Have you noticed how expensive it is to go to a game lately?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely been a inflation of the prices for sure.
And Forbes. I'm gonna go to
Gone
Forbes.
are the days you can go to a game for $40.
Gone are the days you could bring a family to the game. Like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
gone. Yeah, those is a guy. Goodbye, hasta luego. Yeah,
When I went to
sayonara.
that Packers Vikings game where I met you, that one seat cost me
Yep, yep.
$217 the night before.
Okay,
Ye-
okay. I think my ticket. I look back at it. It was like, I believe it was like 250, 250. Yeah, but like I like where that's a cool section. I just like that section. That was a cool section to be in, and I got to meet. Not only I got to meet you, Jim, but I got to meet. Yeah, dude.
Hey!
That was a cool moment.
It was.
And then next to me, the whole game, guy named Rambo. How are you gonna forget that
You
name?
can't forget that name.
Rambo's a Packers season ticket holder, and he doesn't call it Title Town, he calls it Entitled Town. And I'm like, yeah, Rambo, I agree with you. Like, we got common ground here.
Yeah. It's just
It's interesting though. Green Bay does definitely has its mystique though. Lambeau Field definitely has its mystique.
it does. It has the tallest building. Lambeau is like the tallest building in the city of Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It feels like a spaceship just landed
Yes, like you.
in this middle of this small town in Wisconsin.
If you ever take the tour, and if you do come this year, we'll take the tour. You can.
Sure.
We'll take the middle tour where you could go up to the top of the scoreboard, look over the field, and then look over to the right, and it's all flat.
All flat. Okay. Okay. I would definitely. I'm game for the tour. Yep. Absolutely.
But okay? So back to the pricing wise, like
Back to the price. Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
If it wasn't my team, I find it more difficult to go to a game.
Sure. Sure. Absolutely. Like you're not showing up to a Panthers Packers game.
No, I mean Panthers suck, so it might be cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. You might be able to go there for 40.
Yeah.
Yep.
If 50? You're lucky.
Maybe, you know, if the Panthers somehow, I don't know if they going to compete. I don't know.
Yeah, but who knows?
I don't know. But getting back to the point, is it worth it? Is it worth it?
I mean, for the experience to go see it, yeah, it's worth the price, but I wouldn't go back multiple times. I don't like. Yeah. For me, like, I'm not spending $200, $200+ just for myself. Now imagine you're going for a family of 4.
Right.
Like you're almost in the thousands. Then it's just like, who can afford that?
And you got to feed the family too.
Yeah.
It doesn't just end at just go to the game and just having a beverage or two. You got to feed them. You got to give them concessions. Got to get a hot dog. Got to get a pizza. Got to get a pop. Got to get an ice cream.
You got to get a T-shirt.
Got to get a souvenir. Got to get a jersey.
Yeah.
Right. You got to look like you went to the game.
And it adds up. I'm like, that's why this tailgating's so popular. I saw a picture for beer prices for MLB teams, and I sent this to my friend. Guess what is the cheapest beer price?
I would say cheapest beer price. I would say maybe. I would say somewhere in Ohio, Cincinnati.
Nope.
Okay. How about Texas?
No. It's in Colorado.
Okay. It's the Rockies.
$3.
So that's a full circle. Okay. So $3 at Coors Field.
Yes.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's a decent price. That's competitively priced.
You want to know
a lot cheaper than some of those restaurants in the surrounding metropolitan area for sure.
You want to know what the most expensive beer is?
People in the stadium. Well done.
Better as well. You want to know the most expensive beer?
Target Field.
Oh, East Coast. East Coast. It's in the East Coast.
Okay, New York.
It's in the NL.
Yankees.
It's in the NL.
Mets. No, Phillies.
Close, but no.
Should keep those fans in check. Is I'm always getting like the Philly. I'm probably gonna get like all the Philly like trash talk. Uh,
The Nationals.
the national. I was gonna say DC. Okay, you're right though. DC. That's crazy. So
You want
the
to get a
nation's
price?
capital. The nation's capital has got the most expensive beer.
$14.99.
Big bucks. Those dead presidents. You better get ready to start spending them.
So you think about
That's
that.
funny.
So you think about
Well,
going to a game, like the food's
yeah, I'm
expense.
gonna be in DC coming up. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. So you're better off just going to a pub before game and having a drink or two. Going,
True.
it's gonna be cheaper. Like even in Milwaukee, I went to a game a couple of years ago. The weirdest thing ever. People are outside tailgating. I'm like, with
Oh yeah,
grills and
I did
everything.
see that.
I'm like, what the hell? This isn't football.
No, it's like a bigger party in the parking lot than the actual game.
Yeah. And then it was me,
Yep.
my uncle, and my grandmother for guess how much 3 brats, 3 waters, 3 brats and 3 waters cost?
3 brats and 3 waters cost. Was it like $35?
44.
What was it?
40, 44.
34?
44.
44. So okay, so a little bit more. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, dang. So just shy of $50 at $44 to give three meals, basically 3 hot dog sausages and waters.
Yes.
Right? 3 waters.
Yes.
$44.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And that's why
That's it.
tailgating is more popular.
Tailgating is definitely way more popular. You can get. I'm guessing you can get like somebody to grill you a burger for $5 in the out in the parking lot. Something, you know.
Oh my gosh! I went to.
They'll hook you up. They'll hook you up too. It's gonna be like an actual like deluxe burger. They'll get the cheese on there. It's Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know, like I got some Packer fans that are panicking. There will be cheese on the burger. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh! And so I'm looking at Forbes right now for ticket prices for football. Football. This is football. Baseball. They fluctuate where like you live and like how good or bad your team is,
Right.
and who's playing.
Blackouts.
Right. The most expensive NFL ticket 24 based on Vivid Seats average sold price. So this is the average sold price. Okay. Number 1 is Pittsburgh Steelers at Las Vegas Raiders, October 13th for $601. Now this is based on Vivid Seats average sold prices.
Yes.
That is 601.
601. So 601. So this was the top because it was Pittsburgh and
in Vegas.
Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas.
In Vegas. It was a Sunday night game. I remember this game. Yeah. So it was a Sunday night game this past season.
No, this is for the 2024 season.
Oh, for 2024. Okay, okay, go ahead and can you recite that? You said it's going to be the number 1 at 601?
Yep, so the top 10 most expensive NFL tickets in 2024 based on Vivid Seats average sold prices. Number 1, Pittsburgh Steelers at Las Vegas Raiders, October 13th for $601.
Wow.
Yes.
And who's going to be starting? Is it going to be Russell Wilson or is it going to be Justin Fields? You don't know.
Don't know.
Or Gardner Minshew for Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. The second, and I'm surprised this isn't the first one.
The second, okay.
Is the Kansas City Chiefs at San Francisco 49ers, October 20th.
Brock Purdy. When was this?
October 20th.
Okay, October 20th, the Super Bowl rematch.
$587.
In Kansas City.
No, in San Francisco.
In San Francisco, okay, they're gonna be juiced up. I would agree that this needs to be prime time, either a Sunday night, if not Monday night. Definitely a prime time game. Yep.
The third.
But yeah, third. Number 3. Yep.
Well, 587 for the Chiefs versus
587
Niners.
for second place. 601 for first place. Yep.
Third place, Baltimore Ravens at Kansas City Chiefs, 529.
529. Okay, that's solid. So that's the AFC Championship rematch in Kansas City at Arrowhead. $529 to see if what Lamar Jackson can do with. He got he got Hollywood Brown. No, he got a Xavier. Who's his new wide receiver? I think he came over from Arizona.
God, I cannot remember.
He's like a speedster. I know they got Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
But like here, I'll look it up here real quick. But yeah, was there a top 5? I'll look this up.
I mean, there's this is the top 10, but out of the top 10, 4 of those games include the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
4 out of the 10.
4 out of the 10. Okay.
And then the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely gonna drive the box office. People are gonna want to see them live.
And then the 10th expensive game is the Giants at Cowboys, November 28th, 357.
Okay. Dak, Daniel Jones. I mean, it's the NFC East, so yeah, fans they want to definitely engage with that rivalry.
Oh yeah,
it's a big rivalry. Yeah.
But it's expensive, and even watching the games, like I'm gonna have to go in a couple minutes, but just because I have to get ready for work. But I do the map. So if you want to watch every single game, you are going to need to buy Netflix, which is $6.99 with commercials for the Christmas games. It's $6.99, so it comes to $34.95 for the few months of Netflix for the football season. If you don't get just the first month, you need you'll need Peacock, which will run you $5.99, or for the month of football, it's $29.95. Then you go to ESPN Plus.
That's wild.
Which is $10.99 a month. For a football season, it's $54.95 or $99 for ESPN Plus for just those months.
$54.99. Okay.
For just those months.
Okay.
Then you need Amazon Prime for the Thursday night games and any other games that they put on there. It's $8.99, or for football season, $44.99. Then you go to
$44.90. Wow. Okay.
For the months.
44 is a common theme here. Yep.
Then if you need to get YouTube TV, which is $72.99, which will run you
Red Zone.
This is not including the Sunday ticket.
This does not include Red Zone. Okay.
Costs $72.99 for a total of $291.99. Plus, you tack on the Sunday ticket add-on, which is $112.25, and you times that by 4, you get $449. So in total,
$449.
In total, if you were to watch every single game and get everything,
every single game,
and you get everything, the Netflix,
everything, you don't miss a snap, right?
You are getting charged $865.
$865.
Yes, for what? 4 months?
4 months, right? And it's a very quick 4 months.
Yes. So if you ask me, I'm sticking with what I got, and I will not pay any of that.
Nope. I'm opting out. Definitely opting out. Like, I'm definitely not signing that contract. Like, no. Hey, no. $865. There's 865 reasons not to do that.
Yeah, and it's just like...
Yeah.
And they wonder why people are, like looking at other ways, illegally streaming the games nowadays.
Yep, illegally streaming the games, right?
Now, I won't say I do it illegally. I'm in the gray area, but that's not here nor there. I always tell you what to do. So if you do get a Fire Stick and get rid of that Roku, I can hook you up.
Yep, these are facts. But neither here or there.
Yeah,
right.
But I'd rather go to a minor league game, like the Timber Rattlers, the single A baseball game. Get tickets for $15 and see them play, and go for $2 dogs, $1 beer nights, and get plastered.
Okay. And have a ball.
Yeah.
Have a ball. Right.
But
you take the lady out. You guys just have a good time. Right?
Have fun. Absolutely. Yeah.
Have fun.
But so just to tie this in, it's so expensive to go to these sporting events. It's becoming expensive to watch these sporting events, unless you're at where the team is. You get basic cable, and you're where your home team is. You're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, enough of just
opportunity costs. Opportunity costs are very huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta. So, if you do decide to come to Minnesota, Minneapolis,
I hope
cities,
yes,
and if we could do if you're able to make it in the summer, we definitely got to hit up a Saints game.
Yes,
so we got to go to a minor league baseball game.
Yes,
yep. That would be awesome. That would be a cool day at the ballpark. I've never been in CHS Field.
Okay.
Where the St. Paul Saints play, and tying it back to Space Jam. Bill Murray owns the Saints. So there's my little tie in there for the beginning of the show. So nice little callback for all the listeners.
Yeah.
But getting back to the Saints, that would be super cool to watch the AAA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, I'm 100% down. I love going to minor league ballparks. I kind of find it more. I mean, I'll enjoy major league ballparks, but I will enjoy the AAA because it's more diverse and it's different. Like, it's something you don't see on TV unless you go to the ballpark. You will never see it.
Never go to the ballpark. You will never see it. You will never witness what you will witness at a Saints game unless you go to a Saints game.
Yes.
So Saints games, none. Like there will never be like identical Saints games that you will go to.
Yes. And that's the best part about sports. You never know what you could get, and there will be no two games the same.
Exactly. And that's sports. That's real. Yeah. That's awesome. So, we're gonna wrap up the 94 podcast. I mean, we had a ball. Just like we're gonna have a ball at the Saints game coming up. And then we definitely gotta make sure we get you to Target Field. Check out the Twins.
Definitely got
Twins are doing big things. They're staying in the thick of the AL Central race. Right now, I think they're trailing the Cleveland Guardians. My Chicago Cubs dead last, but it's still halfway through the MLB season. All-Star game coming up. But it's been fun covering the NBA draft. The Minnesota Timberwolves making some aggressive moves. The Minnesota Vikings looking to make some moves and some waves coming up with the training camp next month. So I'm really excited. Happy 4th of July from the 94
Happy
podcast.
4th of July.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim, any shout outs for the holiday as we are wrapping up here?
USA.
I love it. Red, white, and blue. I love it. Other than that, we will hey, to everybody here in America and into Canada, I know the Stanley Cup sucks, like the drought continues.
30 plus years.
Oh, Canada. No, like the words. Come on, the fans. Come on. Oh, Canada.
I do know the words.
Come on.
Native
land.
True native far. Oh, screw that. USA.
No, USA.
Oh, it's all right,
But,
a
hey,
blast.
until next time, here on the 94 podcast, we'll see you at the T-O-P.
T-O-P.
We're
We
out.
out.
Peace.